Hello there, my name is Jim Bob. This is Jim Bob's Survival Tips. Today, we're going to be learning how to make a fire. So today, we're going to be looking at fires. Now, the first thing to start a fire, you're going to need some brush. I like to find big oak leaves. I like to find all sorts of things like wood, like bark, or maybe even everything else that you want to use. So my name is already what you know. And today we're going to be looking at this. This is a dead tree, and I use this for firewood. I throw it in the fire a lot, man, and it's one of the best things you could find out there in the wild. Now, we got all this, so we're going to break this wood down, and we're going to use it to make a fire. The next thing I do is I get my sticks and I put them in the fire. Now, you grab your brush. In this case, I'm using leaves, and there you go. That's how to build a fire in the wild. Now, the next thing I use a fire starter. These are all around, and they take an easy amount of wood, and they're super convenient. I use mine about 10 times a year. Now, let's go about it. I forgot to show you, but if you look up close, see there is a mirror thingy on it, and there is a temperature gauge, and there's a little striker. And on the back, there is a compass for like something. Now, we got this fire starter right here, and I'm going to show you how to use it real quick. So, let me set this microphone down and I'll get right on. Okay. Now, I'm going to show you how you can attach this to some brush and start a fire. So first, you get your brush, which in my case is a leaf, and I'll set it down. Then you're going to get the magnesium, which is the gray on the back. I like to call it aluminum foil dust, and I'll put that on there. Just like that. Then you're going to go to the black part, which I like to call black licorice, and I put this down there. Now, I'm going to get the striker, and I'm going to hold down. Just like that, you got yourself a fire in 3 easy steps, or maybe multiple, I don't know. Alright, now we're gonna make ourselves a fire with this painted in lighter. It's like that thing I showed you earlier was kind of dumb, but I loved it, and I made a fire. Man, it works. Now, I also like to use, oh my mother, you know everything. Like, what the going on? I cannot believe that this fire's not starting. I mean, I used the striker and everything, and you can see I'm using it right now, and you can't even tell that it's doing anything. I'm unbelievably dumbfounded. Welcome to Jim Bump's Survival Tips. Today, we're going to be learning how to find food in the wild. Now, your best bet is to look all around the woods. I tend to look in the trees, because sometimes you'll find anything and everything. Well, right here we have the mushroom. This mushroom is the same kind my cousin Eddie ate, and let's say he, didn't wake up after that mushroom. But anyway, that is something you can eat, but you probably don't want to eat it. It looks kind of bad, and there's bullet casings all over around here too. My sister, she just had to get murdered right here. Somewhere else. Another place I like to look for anything really that you can eat or whatever, it is in the leaves, like right there. No, right there, right? No. Can you just go back right there? Okay. Oh my. There. This is a sandstone, but like a concrete rock, so it's not really anything that you want to eat. But you could eat it if you were extra hungry or something like that. You know what I'm saying? So that's how it gotta be. Now, when I go looking in the woods, there's all sorts of things you can eat. Like you can eat mushrooms, which I already showed you. You can eat all sorts of things. Like over here, there's a fern. You can eat a fern, and it might not taste like anything because it's a fern, but you like it. I'm gonna tell you this one story I heard about my cousin Eddie. He went down to the grocery store the other day, and everything was just fine. When does that ever happen? It's always, cousin Sue is out there, and she's like, "Hey, come not cook at later." And I'm like, me and Cletus are going ghost hunting and monster hunting that night, and we can't make it. And she's like, "You two are such son of guns." And I say, you know what? Go yourself. And I'll tell you that is not really. Wow. It is a windy day, and I could hear the wind. It's very windy. When I'm in need of food, I tend to sit around in the woods and hunt, look for things. So when I'm hunting, I use this knife right here. This is a knife. That's how it's named. And there's a dead tree right here. You just gotta whittle that, and you can make a serving dinner plate for your dinner, or you can maybe do something else with that kind of thing. But also, there is a lot of things that you can hunt out in the woods. There is a Sasquatch, Bigfoot, that other one, that weirdo guy that walks around and he kind of jumps behind you. I haven't seen that one in person yet, but I hope I do soon. A lot of the time you gotta find yourself a deer, and with the deer you can ask it where the food is, and it'll take you right there, literally. I can't even lie to you about that. It is totally gonna help you find any food you want to find, and that is excellent. So we have just found wild food in the wild. Now, I tend to find these a lot around my house. I don't know where they come from, but I think Bigfoot supplies them. He gets grubs at grocery stores and all that kind of thing, and he puts them right here. So it says it's called peanut light creamy. I don't know what that means, but it sounds like it's edible, so I usually put it on toast or something. Sometimes I just lick it out of the bowl, even when it's not in a bowl. And it is a good monster hunting tip that this here sauce is actually an attractant for the Bigfoot. And it's even used for extraterrestrials. And I found them once, and we didn't even have peanut butter that time, but we did find them, and that is what we can use next time. Now that we found this extraterrestrial sauce, we're gonna put it back in our hideaway place. We're gonna come find it later. Now, I gotta let you know one thing. I'll see you later. Hello there, my name is Jim Bob once again. Today we're going to be learning how to find a rock in the wild. Now, we're looking for any kind of rocks we can find out in the woods. Now, this is a really hard task, finding rocks. So you want to make sure you got some blade, because blades are always number 1 and number 25 on the list. And let's go looking. Now, rocks can be hard to find, and I might seem really low to the camera right now, but that is not real. That is part of your imagination. Anyway, you're going to look around anywhere you want to find a rock, and they are out in the woods, and you can find them right here. As I bend over right now, there are a few rocks right here. This one looks like probably like a rattlesnake, but that one is not my favorite, so we're gonna go looking for more. Now I'm bending over right here, and as you can see, there's a rock right here, right in front of me. This one was extra hard to find because, I don't know, it just took me a long time to find this one. Reminds me of that time there was extraterrestrials out in the woods and we didn't know what to do on our hunting mission. That right here, that is a gosh darn bullet casing. I'm thinking somebody was murdered up in this joint. I'm not really sure. So anyway, there is this piece of wood here, and I think this is a sign that somebody was murdered. And we don't know who it really was, but they're probably dead because all these bolt casings everywhere. And that is the end of this news report. Reporter Jim Bob. Now, I wish Cletus could be here because he would be all up in these bolt casings. Now, as you see, oh look at that, there's a caterpillar, one of those caterpillars that bite you and eat your lungs. So now I'm gonna look around for more rocks. Now we out here in the boonies, and as you can see, there is a rock right here. Now this rock is really special looking. It looks to be a sandstone one out in the mountains, and I know this because it's a rock, and you know that's something they're usually made out of or something like that. Next to it, I found this bullet casing. And I'm thinking somebody was probably murdered around here. I don't know what it was from. Maybe they got shot by like a, I don't know, school teacher or something like that. And they were like, I don't want to be in here in the woods. I want to be out in the country. And they're like, this ain't enough of that for me. So I just went out and did that. So, I mean, that did happen to my sister once, and that was like 10 months ago. But like, this is a totally separate situation. Now, get this. Mother. Okay, well, I see there's a lot of rocks around here. This may or may not be an ancient Indian burial site or something like that. I'm not 100% sure. Right over here, there is a shovel and a giant wolf spider bigger than your heart and your mind. Now I'm gonna kill it or maybe touch it. I don't know. Oh, what the? Anyway, I don't know what to do now. I'm just gonna. I feel emotionally and individually attacked by that wolf spider. Reminds me of that monster that was all over the ground, and in the haunted forest. Now, this ain't the haunted forest. This is somewhere else. We're actually in like, you don't even know it. It's kind of like off the grid. This one right here, this is my favorite rock. It's my favorite. I think it took me about 5 hours that you guys didn't see in this video, but it took me about 5 hours to find this one deep in the mountainside. And you see I made some sand, because this is a sandy stone. Now, I don't even know why this is going on, but I know this is similar to my job, so it's kind of very nice. That one is a winner, and I'm gonna go get myself a chicken dinner, and we're gonna have a wonderful Christmas season. Goodbye. Hello there, my name is Jim Bob, and this is Jim Bob Survival Tips. Today, I'm going to be teaching you how to find a sitting tree and finding a real good one today. Now today, we're going to be going to find a sitting tree. Now, I find these all the time out in the wild, but they are kind of rare, so you ought to go looking real good. And it seems that we have just found a very own sitting rock. Sitting tree. I don't know what a sitting rock is, and I can show that in another video actually, because I know what that is. And we're gonna go find this one right here. Now, this sitting rock is an extra, this is a sitting tree. It's one of the older ones. You can see it from the back. And it is a very easy tree to sit on. But you could also sit on like any other kind of tree, like that tree over there. You know, you could also sit on that tree down there. That's overexposed. And you can sit down in that tree right there. And this sitting tree has a real nice handy knife holder right in the back. And you can just move this little tree right here. We're gonna move that tree, and we're gonna sit right down on the sitting tree. And that is how you find a sitting tree in the woods. Have an excellent day, and I'll tell you an excellent story. So this one time, very long ago, there was a Sam Squanch, and I know that sounds kind of fake or something like that, but that is like 100% real. I've seen one with my own eyes once. Me and Cletus, we saw him. He was out there, and he was not putting up with us. We had to get out of there immediately, and he isn't going to find us now. But we will find him, and we're going to capture him, take him to federal court, and we're going to tell him where his mother's been all this time. And lastly, he did give me his ID, and he said I am not a Sasquatch, but I know that because he is a Sasquatch. He just lied to us. Son of a bitch.